Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, Avios. Hobby King, this is the Grand Tundra version 2 you sent me out. We're going to just take it up, and this is probably my 5th, 6th flight I've had with it. Just going to take it up and have some fun. I just wanted to show you. Now, I'm 5'9.5", 5'10" on a good day, so you can kind of get an idea of the size of this aircraft. Good size plane. The color on this thing, so I hit the mic. The color on this thing is fabulous. Absolutely, as they say in the fashion world, it pops. But a little bit lower light now. Sun is over there and setting in the west, so we're going to have a near dusk flight now. Just have a little bit of fun with her. Show you a little bit of capability. Timer set for 7.5 minutes. I'm on my high rates. Right, left, up, down. Oh, okay. Right, left. Block the sun for you. Okay. All right. Got lights on the tail, lights on the belly, landing lights on the front leading edge of the wing, and then on each, the nav lights on each of the wingtips.
Motor is main. It will bite you bad.
It does help to turn the motor on. All right, we're going to try to do a little bit of our slow flights, kind of a more scale flying a little bit. I've done plenty of this thing. Will do snap rolls, inside loops, and it'll hover, and it'll do all that fun stuff. But let's actually kind of fly around a little bit, a little more scale, a little nicer here. All right. The one thing I've noticed is I'd like to see it have a little more rudder authority, but that's just me. It's more than ample. It's just my personal preference. And I still haven't mechanically changed it to get more, so that's on me. Take off flaps. Turn into the wind there.
Flaps up.
Got a little bit lighter of a pack than I normally fly with, so just a straight 4000 HRB pushed all the way back. 6S.
Time remaining 7 minutes.
There. A little bit of a coordinated turn there, or of a two-dimensional flat turn. Okay. Try to do the same thing again. Now you don't have to fly it crazy all the time. I mean, it's got tons of power. Real quick, let me just show you the power. Vertical, well, I mean, you get up there so high you can't even see them. Remember, if you're so high you can't tell what the plane's doing, you're way too high. All right. Wind is completely across the runway now. Coming out of the north.
Time remaining 6 minutes.
Get ourselves a nice touch and go here. Up for the ascending knife edge. Oh wait, that's right, we're supposed to be flying easy. I mean, I get these great plans to the theme of each flight, but then I always default back to my normal instincts to just going nuts. Beautiful plane, absolutely gorgeous plane. Just kiss the ground there. That's not too crazy of a stall turn. I'm not going too crazy. Do a nice barrel roll. Simple aerobatic. Not crazy. Alright. Let's take it out in front of us and do a nice big loop.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Going loop now. There. Let's make a nice low pass.
Flaps.
Nice low and slow pass with the flaps down. But the goal is to try to get as close to the ground as possible without actually touching the ground.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Sometimes it's fun to fly around with the flaps down. Whoa.
Flaps up.
Very capable airplane. Very capable. A little bit of a knife edge there. Not an upward ascending one. Alright, let's do a nice inverted pass here.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Now, no, I'm not going to do a slow inverted pass. I'm not quite, don't quite have the cojones for that, sorry. There, walk the dog a little bit.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
I don't know, what's that? 10 landings so far? No flaps this time. Now you gotta be careful with her. Still got 2 minutes. She will ground loop. It's not too severe, but so you gotta be a little careful with your handling on the ground. She will ground loop on you. All right, no takeoff flaps. Try to get as scale as possible here.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
That was not a scale takeoff. There. Alright, let's try it again with a scale takeoff. Gotta stay on that rudder. A little bit better. This is just takeoff and landing practice with the Avios Grand Tundra 2. All right, maybe one more time. Much better. Like I say, you don't have to go crazy with it, but she can be a very gentle beast if you want her to be.
1 minute.
But that beast is there if you want it. That beast is there if you want it. All right. More than cable. That gear is incredibly stout. Oh yeah, it's got this too.
Cruise mode.
I always forget I've got that.
Braking. Cruise mode.
All right, let's go over our rates.
Moto is so nice. Not gonna hurt you.
Okay, that's my throttle cut call out. Flew in my high rates the entire time. Ailerons are 100% with 30% expo. Elevator 100%, 30% expo. Rudder 100% but with 40% expo. Flap systems. Flaps up are a negative 100%. Takeoff flaps are 0% with a 10% down elevator mix. Landing flaps are 100% with a 25% down elevator mix.
Flaps up.
2-second deployment on that. Forward programming. Okay, we'll go out here to tell you that. Forward programming, my AS3X settings. I actually left the AS3X settings at the default AS3X Plus settings, and they work perfectly for this planes. One-time gains on roll, pitch, and yaw, 40, 50, and 60. I do have them adjustable on a knob, which I hardly ever use it. Priority, all at 140 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing done with heading, nothing done with the stop lock, but just to let you know what it is, 35, 35, 35 on roll, pitch, and yaw. On the release rate is 55, 55, 75, but that's the default. I left them alone, which worked perfectly for this plane. All right, now to give you a little demonstration of the AS3X, the way I like doing it. The throttle cut is on. If I turn the gain knob all the way up, look at my corrections from the gyro. Very, very distinct, okay? I would do that if I'm flying in a hurricane to keep it as level as possible. Okay? If there's hardly any wind at all, I keep the gains almost all the way down next to nothing. Okay, and that's where I normally fly. Very, very little correction. And ideally, and then on my flight mode for
trimming mode, no gyro.
Trimming mode, I have a 3-position switch.
That
safe mode, or self-leveling, okay, which I gave you a demonstration on that in one of the other videos. But AS3X is where I normally fly. Let me turn it back up a little bit. Has wind mitigation. And then
trimming mode, no gyro.
Trimming mode, I turn the gyro off, and that's no gyro at all. And that's how once you get used to flying without safe and everything, I highly suggest when you're trimming a plane, especially you're going to be the one doing the trimming, take off your first initial maiden and everything in trimming mode, or gyro off, and see how she flies. Get her trimmed out where she's flying just perfectly for you, and then
AS3X mode.
Enable AS3X, and then that makes that flight that much sweeter. All right, but really, it's trim with no gyro, and then that gyro will sing for you. Well, folks, let's check the battery. Okay, we had basically 55 seconds left on a 7.5 minute timer, so still had a good 6.5 minutes of flying. Got the battery all the way back in the provided battery tray that's removable. Has a cool locking mechanism, and we got 44% left. So really, I could fly a little bit longer. But folks, thank you so much for watching. Camera Precious, thank you for filming. And Hobby King Avios, thank you for sending this plane out for a review. I'm absolutely blown away with how much fun I've had with this thing. It is a fun beast to fly, an absolute fun beast. She'll fly docile and she'll be sweet, or she'll be aggressive and she'll be a beast. Whatever you want her to do, this plane will do it. Absolute fabulous flying plane. Like I say, the only thing that's negative in my opinion is the rudder needs more authority, and putting these pins in, the cotter pins, a little tight at first. You may have to work them back and forth. Maybe even put a little wire in there or something, fish it back and forth to get the hole to where take the cotter pins in and out. But the wing has a very simple 2 screws, quick connect, and the struts are held on with pull-out cotter pins. So, and get yourself a bicycle pump. Okay, a good 3 or 4 pumps just to get them a little squishy. And you can. I've got probably I guess 6-7 flights now, and they're holding their air no problem, and I've had some pretty bouncy bad landings. So, all right, well, y'all have a good, and God bless y'all. And folks, thank you so much for watching. Hobby King, thank you for the plane. The Camera Precious, thank you for filming. God bless y'all. God is good, and let's keep them in the air, folks. Faith, family, and friends. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.